my name is Inze. I'm an online manifestation and mindset coach, and I specialize in helping people find their life's purpose and create the life of their dreams that is aligned with their soul. And today I want to share with you what I do when my vision board goals are reached and when I feel that it's time to create a new vision, new clarity, new vision board, new images, and the process that I go through in setting new intentions and making sure that I manifest these as well. So this morning I've already done some meditation and some heart opening yoga because I felt I need a little bit more sleep and healing and yin yoga energy instead of doing a lot, being busy. So just slowing down was what I felt called to do, but just whatever helps you feel aligned and good and have some clarity and maybe resolve some stuff that's been bothering you. So we are now in my storage room where I have put all my vision boards that I wasn't using anymore because I felt kind of disconnected from vision boarding lately, so I just kind of put them away, and now I feel renewed energy to kind of go on and really make something new out of it. So that's a good idea too. If you feel like, oh, vision boarding isn't really for you at this moment, just put it away. You will feel inspired eventually. We are now in my office. I have all my vision boards. A good tip is to be a little bit more environmental. I have used like old moving boxes and then either put like white paper on top of that or paint them white. Another thing that I have is I have 2 of these foam boards that I've bought at an office supply store, and you can just glue stuff on there. You can use pins to pin stuff down. You can also use sticky tape, but the good thing is you can take everything off again and keep using it for a new vision board every time, because I feel like it's kind of wasteful to create new vision boards and then just throw them away. The images have to have the right energy, and if they don't have the right energy, then it's not going to help you in getting what you want, because you're not in the energy of the thing that you want. Instead, you're just not feeling any emotions about the images, then it's not going to work. You always need to feel emotions about what you're manifesting. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to collect everything that has come true for me already, and I'm going to kind of put it in different groups. So for example, relationships, house, job, for example. And then I'm going to give thanks for everything that has manifested for me, because if you give thanks, that is kind of like you're showing yourself and the universe that you are really happy when your things that you put on your vision board come true, and that gives new energy into the next vision board, like, oh, okay, so this is all supposed to come true because that is what's going to make this person very happy. So let's do that. I'm also just going to put out a salt lamp and some crystals and maybe some candles just to set the mood, and I might even put on some music just to make sure that it's all with positive intention. So this first vision board that I found, it has a lot of pictures from Instagram models. One thing that has definitely come true is I had adult braces a few years ago, and I had a lot of pain. I was really scared about the outcome of how my teeth were going to look, because I didn't have gaps naturally, but I had like a lot of gaps in my upper teeth. So like on the sides and in the middle. It was just very stressful and painful and not fun at all. So I put a lot of pictures of nice teeth on there. I feel like just putting this out there was just really good for me, because then I had some reality to visualize towards. My braces came off a few months after that, and I was really pleased with the results. I still am. So that's one thing that really came true. Another thing is I put some photos of long blonde hair, because when I was a kid I used to have really blonde hair, but then as I age it's just getting darker. Like, it's not a brown, but it's definitely a dark blonde, and I just really wanted to be like blonde again. But I was a student, so I didn't really go to the hairdressers ever. I didn't really have money for highlights or getting it cut even. And I feel like now, a few years later, I've definitely transitioned into more blonder hair. I get highlights all the time now, and my hair is definitely more like the pictures that I put on here of like blonde hair, and it's kind of like styled in the same way. So I feel like I totally forgot I put those pictures on there, but they have come true, so that's really fun and interesting. I also put a lot of like fitness and traveling sort of pictures of people's backs, because I had a tattoo on my back and I wanted to get like laser tattoo removal, but I also didn't have money for that. But I'm actually doing laser tattoo removal already for over a year now. I'm almost done, so I feel like my goal of getting laser tattoo removal also has happened. So as you can see, I put like pictures of girls' backs that didn't have tattoos because I just wanted something to visualize for myself. Like I could visualize myself without tattoos, so that also came true. So I'm like, this board is like one of the first ones I made, and it actually came true for like a lot. So I put all these backs on there. So if you're wondering, it's not about the booty, it's about the backs. And then I also put a lot of pictures of girls with flat stomach, because I actually suffer from IBS. I wanted to envision what it would be like to not have a bloated stomach all the time. So I put like all these like really toned abs and stuff on there, because I was like, I want to visualize myself having like a flat stomach. And it actually has gotten a lot better now that I don't eat gluten anymore, but I'm still in treatment. Right now I'm doing hypnotherapy for it. I'm working on it. I feel like I can definitely set some more intentions maybe around this, so I'm gonna make a quick note about it. Okay, so that was my first board. Now let's go to the next one. This is actually a little bit older than the other one that I just showed you. There were a few things. I was looking for a job, I wanted to finish my master's, and I wanted to learn how to stop procrastinating, because I felt like I procrastinated so much. It was never going to be possible for me to get a job or finish my thesis, but I did finish my thesis. I didn't get the job that I put on here, but I did end up starting my own business, which is my coaching business. I wrote down some stuff like, give me the wisdom to know what must be done and the courage to do it. Everything I need comes to me effortlessly and naturally. I believe in myself and my ability to succeed. I'm successful in everything I do. All things are possible. So this was really like mindset work 101. I think back then I didn't really believe yet that I can just manifest whatever I want, or that my mindset can influence so many areas of my life. And it's just so wonderful, because all these things are now true for me. Like back then I was trying to convince myself, and now I feel like, yeah, you know, that's easy. This is all true for me. And also just, you know, as far as procrastination, it was really one of the big struggles of my life, to be honest. And now I even created a course about being productive, because I have overcome it in so many ways, and I'm even at the point where I can help other people who struggle with procrastination, which is even more amazing than what I could ever imagine when I created this board. Like, I was just like, okay, let me be able to just sit down and write and, you know, be productive. And that's why I put the image, and I'm just like, I did it. So I'm like super happy and proud about this one as well. I think one more thing I could learn from this vision board that I could still add in now is sometimes like I work so much, but I forget to keep my eye on the prize, which is good because I kind of surrender. But I could like dream a little bigger, just remind myself of what I'm working towards a little more, which is what I'm doing today with this video. So it has already come true. But also gratitude, like when I see this board now, I'm like, wow, I came so far. But it's so normal for me to to work productively every day that I'm not even considering it a miracle anymore, but it is. So I want to also just include a little bit more gratitude. So this is the first vision board I ever made. It's a little dusty. It's just a lot of yoga, flat stomachs, blonde hair again, but also travel to Hawaii because I was really depressed and broke and lonely at this point. So the only thing I knew was I want to travel to Hawaii. I want to spend more time with the people I love. I want better relationship. I also put my boyfriend on there. We're also still together. I didn't know what kind of house I wanted, so the only picture that spoke to me was this one because it had a really big wooden floor and like big open windows. And that's the only thing I knew I wanted, is I wanted a really long living room that was all white with wide doors to the outside and wooden floor. And that's exactly the kind of house that we have now. So even if you don't know exactly what you want, just put on what you do know that you want, and the rest, it will come, I promise. So that's also the thing. It doesn't always have to be like super specific what you put on, as long as you just kind of start working on aiming towards what you want, you know, just start creating those life events in your head and things will happen. Like I have traveled to Hawaii, I purchased a home exactly like this, even though it's only one picture. And as far as travel now, I just want to like do a lot of train travel because we live in Europe, so it's very easy for us to just like take the train to Paris, take the train to Berlin. Maybe the south of Europe is a little bit farther, but there are also night trains now. Of course, traveling to Hawaii is with a plane, but we are making an effort to live more environmentally and not fly too often, because of course I have a lot of international friends as well, and sometimes you just need to visit them, but when I can take the train, I do. So let's move on to the next one. So this vision board is really from when I was starting my own business and I wanted to buy a home because we were living in a really small apartment together during lockdown and we were so ready to like purchase a home that was big enough for both of us. So it's a lot of images of the kind of home that I wanted, but also I wanted to be able to work anywhere and work remotely. I also put like my core business values, fun, ease, freedom. Also put it all adds up because I wanted to remind myself that maybe if results aren't instant, results will come over time. I put some stuff from the coach that I was working with at the time. But also, why am I here? I'm here to live an extraordinary life. I'm here to show myself there's nothing to be scared of. It's in my own hands. So just kind of as a reminder, like, I want to live an extraordinary life. I don't just want to blink and let my life be over and feel like I didn't live it, you know? With the house, of course, it's not completely decorated yet. But I feel like everything that is on these images I have, I mean, look at this. Like pink roof, like the living room, but also this like pink poof, and this chair is like exactly what I have here. And I created my own home office, which was kind of my dream because in the last house we only had one bedroom. So I worked on the kitchen table, well, not the kitchen table, but like the living room table. I wanted my own makeup space, which I also have. So these kind of things, and just like working from anywhere. And I actually have like 2 of those silk skirts, and I have some like heels and some boots that are fancy, and some turtleneck sweaters and shirts. So I would say this is achieved as well. I mean, I'm not on a private jet, nor do I wish to, because it's super bad for the environment. But just kind of this is kind of the image that I had of like a female CEO, and I feel like I have gravitated more towards this kind of person, but I've also found like a middle. So this board I'm definitely taking apart, especially the stuff from my old coach and the stuff private jet kind of CEO, like that's just not me. But that's also part of the process. Sometimes we think we need to be something that we're not, and then we learn that we are fine as we are. one is completely empty, so we are going to work on my last vision board, and then we have plenty of room for new ideas, new intention. And what's really important in creating a new vision board is really have fun with letting go of all the old stuff, because it's just so satisfying to see all the things that you were and you believed like a year ago or some time ago, and just see like, oh my god, I've come so far. So it really puts you in such a good mood to start creating for, you know, a new era. I'm just putting all the images that I take off on a pile, and then in the end I'm going to see which ones I want to put on my new vision board, just to kind of save some paper, because some images are just still relevant. So I might just use this one again for my next vision board. Not this year, but last year my word of the year was rich, and I really meant like rich in experiences, eating rich foods, just being present and enjoying your life and feeling gratitude, but also rich in terms of money, in a sense like shift from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance, and you know, try to really further myself and try to really educate myself financially, because I feel like as women we are so used to believe like, oh, money is bad, or you should care about people and not care about money or something. But of course you also need money to live, so I definitely had some healing to do around money and money mindset, and I might even still have some healing to do around some of that. So that's why every one of those has I am rich in between. That's what I wanted to explain. Yeah, this one is just a lot of stillness, a lot of meditation, yoga. And I have meditated almost every day this year and last year, so I feel like it has come true pretty well, because I used to put on every New Year's resolution like meditate every day, and I would never do it. And now I meditate every day. Like sometimes I do it later in the day, and of course sometimes I forget or something, but I do it every day, like at least 5 days a week, maybe even 6 or 7 sometimes. It may take a few years sometimes, but you'll get there. We will get there, okay? It's definitely come true when I went to Hawaii, especially this hotel, because I actually went there one day and I was like, isn't this from my vision board? So that was really, really funny. And yeah, we saw a waterfall, we swam, we were in the sea a lot. I choose my clients to be fun, easy to work with, majorly inspiring. I love them and they love me, and I just kind of put some images of some clients who are like, these are just like images from Pinterest, by the way. I want to love my clients and I want my clients to love me, but also just, you know, someone who wants to figure out her own life purpose and maybe start a business or find a new job or something like that. Like, I love helping people with living a life aligned with their purpose. So even when it's like they don't know what they want at all, when they come to me, we can just start aligning every area of their lives with what suits them, because that is what has brought me so much happiness and success and just health also. And I want other people to be able to do the same, especially women, because we are so much conditioned not to be ourselves and not to have a menstrual cycle, and then to take hormonal birth control that messes with us as well, and not to follow our intuition with eating, but instead starve ourselves and, you know, do a job like the men. And we also want to see it on the table, you know, like I want women to be able to bring to the table what they already have, instead of having to conform to what men expect us to be or what society expects us to be. And that's just what I want in a client, someone who just needs a hand, needs guidance with that, but definitely wants to be herself and love herself and just find purpose in that and align her life with that. So that's what I put on my vision board. I also wrote down some courses that I wanted to create. They kind of turned out a little bit different, but I have my procrastination course, and that also goes into finding your purpose a little bit. And now I want to start to expand into a course that's only about purpose. I'm going to work on my mind map for my new vision board. So I just want to kind of sit on the floor and have my big sketching book and just kind of write out goals or certain realization of things I want to do differently from now on. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it on the floor. Okay, so I have set bunch of goals. I created a whole mind map, IBS healing, self-confidence, self-love, but I also incorporate a lot of like yoga, walks, train travel, workout outside. I really want to go to Ibiza with my friend. I really want to go to Bali in winter because the winters have just been so long, and last winter was really tough on me weather-wise. Next year I want to go to New York City for a wedding of a friend of mine. I also want to go somewhere snowy for Christmas. I want to go on a yoga retreat in Ibiza or Bali. I think I should also write down Barcelona because Arda and I have been wanting to go to Barcelona for so long. And I also want to travel Eastern Europe by train again because I've done that before and it was amazing. I also wrote down for the house, I want to get solar panels on the roof. I want to get green roofs because we have a few flat roofs that need to be green. I also want more natural plants for the Netherlands on the terrace, create more shade so that it's more cool, because the less plants you have and the less shade, the warmer it's going to be, the warmer the earth is going to be, of course. We also wanted to get like a property and convert it into like a natural biodiversity supporting property. So I already have a property in mind. It's not for sale by any means, but it's cycling distance from where we live now, and now it's just grass. So I'm gonna go there and take some pictures soon to put on my vision board. I also want to grow more of our own foods there because we grow some of our own foods, but like one or two things. I also want to look more into like gas saving solutions, just like, you know, put tin foil behind the heaters or something, or maybe completely transfer to a more sustainable way of heating. I don't know, I just want to like look into some stuff. I also have some health stuff. I want to like get some healthy things in, more nature. I want to get up before sunrise at least once every 2 months because I did that recently. It was amazing to go into nature, by the way. I also want to cycle to nature once a week to go for a walk. I want to get more of a positive relationship with my finances, so more of a calmness, more of a appreciation, love, and not have it like be any sort of stress, or that I feel like I don't have control about where the money goes or when it comes in. I want it to be more consistent and stable and just a source of support. The next step is I'm going to start collecting images, and I'm also going to start noticing if there are any limiting beliefs around it and if there's any work to do around that. So I'm just going to like meditate, do my hypnosis, and then I'm going to find images and print them and put together a vision board. I'm done with collecting all the images. I took them from Pinterest, put them together in Canva in kind of different clusters for different life areas. I'm not sure if I did everything, but I'm also just kind of done, and I feel like I want to stay in the flow and not work too long on one aspect, and I can always add more, and so can you. So I'm gonna go back to my office, I'm going to print everything out, and then I'm gonna get everything down here to put it together. So I've just printed out all the images and I created some footage for a reel, so go to my Instagram and watch that if you haven't already. Make sure to follow me because I post super fun mini vlogs and stuff over there as well. So now I'm going to put all the images onto the vision board and create sort of a big holistic picture of my life. So it includes images that spark emotion and joy and desire in me, but I also put some more tangible goals. Specifically, for example, I put a summer bucket list. I put the things that I want to do in my home to improve the environmental impact of our home, and just like some quotes and some goals. So I'll take you along with me when I put it all together. As you can see, the vision board is almost done. I just left a little bit of room in the middle because the last thing I want to add is 3 non-negotiables. So basically what that means is I'm going to kind of let it sink in and think about if any limiting beliefs come up that keep me from getting what I want, essentially. And then I'm going to counter those limiting beliefs with 3 non-negotiables that are going to pull me over each limiting belief. So for example, if every time I think about traveling by train across Europe, I think, oh, but I can't afford it or something, then I'm going to have to make it a habit to counter that belief with another belief, counter a certain action with another action. That way you can pull yourself from the rut, from the routine, from the beliefs, from the patterns that you're stuck in, and go towards the patterns and beliefs that suit the life that you want. So if you want to know more about non-negotiables and setting goals and getting what you want, make sure to watch my Best Year Ever free masterclass. It's a masterclass that helps you set goals for all life areas. It helps you shift your mindset, actually take action, and make sure that you reach your goals in 12 months or less. So I'll link that down below. Make sure to check that out, and I'm going to see you when I'm done with my non-negotiables. That I ended up creating were one for whenever I have doubts or fears or anxiety, that I need to check in with myself that I can control the outcome by changing my mindset and changing my belief system. So then I need to ask myself, is this belief the outcome that I want? And if no, then I need to go through my typical mindset changes to make sure that I choose fun and ease and that I choose my dreams to come true quickly. The second one of my non-negotiables is going to be a weekly check-in with my goals to see if I'm on track or not, and if I'm not, to make sure to redirect for the next week. Also, when I feel like my goals aren't coming true and I want to give up or I'm starting to doubt, I need to make sure to try another way, but also to take inspired action to bring something out in the world and not just keep everything in my mind and in my beliefs, because a crucial part of manifesting is also to take inspired action and to just be playful and experiment and not just keep repeating affirmations and visualizing in your mind and then not doing something about it, which is something that I tend to do because it's my safe space. So those were my 3 non-negotiables. With that said, the whole vision board is in place. I have my goals in place. I'm excited. I'm motivated to get started on everything. And with the 3 non-negotiables, I can make it happen. So if you want some help with making your own goals happen and setting goals and creating a really good rest of the year, then as I said, have a look at my free Best Year Ever masterclass. It will be linked down below, and I will help you and guide you through all the steps to get to not only make a vision board but also reach your goals. At the top of my vision board, I have my favorite affirmation that I say all the time. I'm willing to see that things are temporary. Help me to see things change for the better. If you look closer, I have a vision board area just for my house and living more sustainably. And then I have a vision board area that just is about business and doing business from a soul-centered place. And then I also have an area for this summer specifically. I want to do more screenless activities, feeling more connected to the earth, being outside, enjoying, going for hikes, doing picnics, painting, going to the beach, preparing healthy meals, doing bonfires. I jotted down a few things, but obviously it's more of a vibe to actually enjoy the summer consciously instead of just letting it pass. Then I also created an area that's specifically for Ibiza/Bali retreat, but what I mean mostly is just connecting with soul sisters, changing the world together, surrounding myself with beautiful people, feeling fully supported and connected, just connecting with other souls that are on the same mission as me, and just surrounding myself with everything that is beautiful and, you know, co-creating, doing something collectively instead of just me. Of course, I also want to do a winter trip to Bali, preferably with Arjan, but we'll see. But I put that in there because I just want to take a beautiful trip this winter. Of course, Ibiza with my bestie. I want to take a trip with just me and my best friend because we used to have a podcast together and we would take all these trips. On these trips we would just work, and now we set the intention to do a trip together, no work, just enjoying and, you know, going somewhere fun, maybe Ibiza, maybe somewhere else. I included a section just to train travel through Europe because I want to travel more environmentally. And then the only exception is New York because I want to go to my friend's wedding. But other than that, I put Mallorca, I put Germany to visit my friend, I put Paris to go there with Arjan, and some other things that I have in mind. And then the rest of my vision board shows a little bit of a mess at the bottom because that's the area where I just keep adding to. It's like my non-negotiables, things to keep in mind, new quotes, old quotes, so that looks a little bit more messy, but it's just meant to be interactive and supportive and not perfect. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I upload vlog style content about being productive, about manifesting, about anything that I enjoy lifestyle wise, and of course some travel and European summer content is also coming because I live in Europe and summer is almost here. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!